Hey guys, welcome back to my kitchen. I just wanted to show a bit of the prep that I'm doing for the mukbang today. I just wanted to have another camembert, so all I do is I cut up a piece of garlic and I sort of wedge it in there with some sprinkled dried parsley and red chili flakes and some good quality olive oil. I like it to be quite good quality, and some bake at home bread, which I've just wet, and this is going to go in the oven now. Since I'm struggling to find fresh bread at the moment with the situation as it is, I feel like this is the best alternative right now. Plus it tastes really good. Hello, welcome back to another mukbang. I know it's been a little while, it's been crazy times, so it's kind of been hard to keep up with things. Plus I'm in my final year of uni, so trying to edit videos alongside my work is really difficult, especially with a longer mukbang. So I've just finished baking my camembert. I just left it in the oven for about 15 to 20 minutes until it's nice and soft. I'm just going to pull out the garlic. I can really smell the garlic. No one's going to want to kiss me after this. It smells really good though. And I like to I don't do any exact time. With the bread I just cook it until it's like a nice golden brown. And over here I've got some really soft sweet dates. Sometimes I like to dip the bread in the cheese and then with a date. This is just a thing my mum introduced me to really recently. Brie and dates, or brie and camembert. It might sound like really strange, but it's really good. It's like how people have cranberries with cheese and things like that. This soft dates work really well as well, so try it out. Let's have the bread. You can see it's still fresh, it's warm. So yeah, today I just wanted to do something really simple. I was having a bit of a craving for camembert, something comforting that I kind of just wanted to spend today talking about, well, sort of a vent. And before people say, there's more important situations to be worried about, you can worry about more than one thing at once, because with this coronavirus going around, I'm just trying to break a little hole into the camembert. It's just making things really difficult, like with uni especially. It's nice and gooey. Still hot though. So it's been really hard because there's just been so many changes coming in at once because of this virus. And I know everyone's getting affected with this one way or another. It's not just me. But obviously today I just sort of wanted to vent a bit, just talk about what's been bothering me for a little while. This is good. I think in my last camembert video, I was using a Sainsbury's brand, and I don't think I like their camembert as much as Asda or just the President brand of camembert. It's good. And it's not overwhelming. So what's really been bothering me really is mainly how the university has sort of been dealing with the changes around the virus. I mean, I know they're trying to just do things as they come along and deal with it as things come, which is how everyone's doing, but it's kind of frustrating because around 2 weeks ago they said then they would tell us how we're going to be assessed because they're cancelling exams now. And 2 weeks later, we still don't know. They just sent another email saying, yeah, basically confirming that exams are cancelled and there's nothing to say how we're going to be assessed just yet. But I feel like this year of uni, for me at least, I feel like I haven't learned much. It hasn't felt like a uni year. My first semester there were a bunch of strikes, which was supposed to end in the first semester. It wasn't supposed to carry on. And then second semester came along, and there's another 2 weeks of strikes. And since I've started uni, there's been so many strikes that I reckon I've lost over 2 months of lecture time. Literally, my first year of uni, there were 5 straight weeks of strikes. I had no lectures for 5 weeks. And then the Christmas holidays hit, or was it Easter holidays? They hit straight after. So it felt like I had no uni at all. I had nothing to keep me busy for 2 months. It was school year. It was really strange. And now I'm in my final year of uni. With no strikes, I've just found it's been really disruptive. And I support the strike action. I understand why it has to happen. What I would like is if students were able to be reimbursed in some way, like a partial refund of the fees, because we've missed so much uni time. And with all the lessons moving online, with libraries being shut, we can't access resources in that way because the libraries are shut. I feel like I don't know what I'm really paying for now. I mean, all the lectures are online. I had one lecturer who was uploading lectures from the last year, which, yeah, I know they could say it's the same content, so why does it matter? But the students are expected to give fresh content every time, otherwise we would look lazy. And I feel like they should do the same thing. They should give us fresh content, especially because it was an old lecture. She kept referring to stuff from the previous weeks, which we hadn't covered because it was cancelled due to strikes. So it kind of made us feel a bit bitter about it. We're paying a lot of money per year and we're not getting a lot for it in return based on everything that's happening. I understand the changes are essential, that's not what I'm complaining about. I just would like some sort of reimbursement because we're paying for something that we're not getting, basically. The cheese is good though, it's garlicky. And the dipper dates into cheese. It might look like a really strange combination, but it works really well. Don't knock it until you try it. Yeah, basically some of the students just felt bad because we're using old lecture slides, and her excuse for it was she'd been so busy because trying to catch up because of the strikes that it's hard getting out new material. But she chose to take that strike action. She should deal with the consequences afterwards. She should know that. Well, she would still have to come to the lecture and teach us regardless. So why isn't she giving us fresh content? I mean, regardless if the strikes happen, she would have to show up at that lecture hall at that time and give a lecture. It's not any different because it's online now. You know, she can't just start uploading old lectures. It kind of feels like a shortcut when we're expected to deal with things. I mean, the students have been really hard because we're getting easily 10 emails every day. At least at the start we were getting emails one after the other, each one with a new update, each one saying something different. The library's open and the next email, oh, it's shut. Lecture's still going, next email, everything's shut. So we're expected to deal with things as they go. I expect the same from the lectures. If if they give a deadline to say, we'll tell you when your assessments are going ahead this time, they should try to stick to that. Otherwise, don't say that you'll find out at this time, because it just leaves us waiting, do you know? We're meant to have a message board with questions around the virus, which is supposed to be answered. Any new questions on that board are supposed to be answered daily. Sometimes they're not even keeping to that at the worst times, or they're not answering all of the questions, which is quite frustrating because it's questions about different assignments. This really is just a rant, really. It's nothing overly serious or than. I do genuinely understand it's a hard time everyone's going through something like this. And things are changing so fast, but it's just mainly thinking people want reimbursement, I think. And it's frustrating to know that it wouldn't happen anyway. It doesn't matter what we say, we're not going to get reimbursed. I know that. It's quite hard to eat because it's quite sticky, the cheese. I can feel it sticking to my lips and my teeth. But it's good. It's so good with the dates. It's really strange, so I feel like I don't know what to do with myself. The whole day I'm just sat in my pyjamas. In fact, I'm wearing my pyjama bottoms, to be honest. Watching Netflix. The main form of exercise is walking to the fridge and back, or getting something from Tesco every now and again, which has become like a big event now that no one can go out. And feel it touch my lip. I forgot to bring a napkin. But I don't want to be one of those, I'm here to give advice saying stay indoors. I'm sure everyone's heard that already. There's no point saying it again. I'm sure you've heard it from enough of the celebrities singing it to you, and but I'm just trying to keep myself busy, really. Trying to cook, trying to do more mukbangs and videos again, and hopefully I'm going to record another one tomorrow, and I'll try to edit it as soon as. That's my problem. I'll film one and sometimes I don't edit it until weeks later. Because when it takes me ages to edit on my laptop, because it's really slow, so I have to do really basic edits because it just can't handle too much, unfortunately. But it also means that I can't spit out videos too quickly. So I've not been too regular with them, I'm sorry, but I am trying. It's just been a really busy time. Like, I've got my dissertation due next month. So I've just been working on that. hope everyone's okay and they're dealing with things well enough. I mean, they're saying now that they expect the lockdown to continue until June. So, I mean, they said 3 weeks initially, but I had a feeling it would go on longer than that because people weren't sticking to the lockdown. My friends were saying when they were having to walk to the shops and back, there were people throwing frisbees in the parks, things like this. I mean, the government are giving loopholes saying you can have an hour of exercise every day. People aren't going to stay indoors. I feel like it was a bit silly for him to say that. If you're trying to introduce stricter measures, then introduce stricter measures. Don't create loopholes. I got a new phone, so I'm hoping the camera is a bit better than the old one. I know the quality wasn't brilliant, at least for the front camera. I feel like it washed out a lot of things, but I'm hoping it's a lot better on this, as in you can hopefully see a bit more, but it is what it is for now. It's so sticky. Something just occurred to me. I'm hoping the pet shop stays open. Because if I run out of food for the snakes, I have two, in case anyone doesn't know. I don't know what I would feed them. I'll have to start setting mice traps. Well, there's plenty of rats around here, I've seen enough. Taking out the trash, and the trash isn't getting collected anymore. It's just been sitting there for a good couple of weeks, and the last time this happened I saw a big rat in the building, so not in my apartment but just in the building. I'm also stressed about anything that comes in the post. I'm stressed to order things now. A few months ago I ordered some boots. Someone stole it. Someone stole my package. I got an email. I didn't check it for a while because I thought they'd message, not email, to say that it's arrived. Got an email to say it'd been delivered a few hours ago, and I was like, okay. There was a picture and everything. It wasn't there when I checked. So I messaged a girl who I know lives in the building next to me because our post constantly gets mixed up because the building names are really similar. She didn't have it. I checked again. My package was in the trash, opened. They threw the dress in the trash because I ordered a dress and some boots and stole the boots. Pissed me off so much. I got a refund on it, but it's really stressed me out for future deliveries. I'm trying not to order too much anyway because of the current situation. I feel like it might not be too fair, but definitely making it more difficult. I prefer this camembert by far to the last one I had. It's not half as strong. I can actually eat the rind for this. The other one was way too overpowering. But I finally started watching Peaky Blinders. Someone kept telling me to watch this for a few years, and for some reason I just couldn't be bothered. There's something about the show that's never like appealed to me as in start the show. But I thought I'd start it. I'm only on episode 3, but I'm enjoying it so far. A bit different to what I usually watch. I also just watched Kingdom season 2. I don't know if anyone's seen that. I recommend you watch it if you haven't seen it. If you like vampire movies, not vampires, I don't know why that came to my head, zombie movies, I'd recommend, because it's not just a typical zombie movie. I like that there was a fresher take on it. And it was set in Korea. During what time period? I don't know the time period, but it's like long ago. I don't know why I can't remember the time period, but it's good. It's a nice fresh look on it, and I like that it's not just focused on the zombies, it's some sort of politics in there, but it's interesting politics. I used to love watching The Walking Dead, but after a few seasons I got a bit bored. I mean, I feel like there were too many filler episodes, too many, I don't know, I got bored of it after a while, and I think I still pushed through all the way to season 8. I think it's only season 9 that I haven't seen, but I've heard apparently it gets better from season 9, so if anyone can confirm, please do confirm. Because I don't know, I feel like I should watch it, but I just can't be bothered. That and, what was the other one? They did like a prequel to The Walking Dead. Was it Fear the Walking Dead? Yeah, I started that and that was decent, but what kind of disappointed me, I thought it would be more about the lead up to the virus, that, you know, people started to notice there's something wrong, but instead it was rather just the virus has started, early days. It's still good, as in it's showing how military try to keep things together and society slowly breaking down things, and I enjoy that. But I was hoping to see like a few episodes leading up to that point, like things just going strange, and well, I guess how many episodes could you actually break that into? Yeah, it's done well. I think my biggest disappointment was Game of Thrones, so not just the way it ended, it was the fact that they missed out so many things that I was looking forward to seeing. I mean, I was really excited to see, you know, villages, cities getting ravished by winter, and, you know, there were warnings for ages saying when the winter hits, you know, kings will be freezing in their beds. Things like that. You know, I was really looking forward to seeing not just the north affected by the cold, but the south as well, you know. I was looking forward to that, but I feel like they didn't focus on that at all in season 8. I mean, there were one or two episodes where they referred to people who died of starvation or something. Oops. But they didn't push past that, and it was very disappointing. And I know everyone feels this way, but it was one of those things that really disappointed me. So I was looking forward to seeing that for so long. But I recently watched The Witcher and I'm hoping that'll get better. I mean, I watched season 1 and it wasn't brilliant. I thought it was decent and they made a decent attempt in my opinion. I do think it'll get better as the seasons go on. But you know, when the budget gets bigger, the actors get more in their element. Yeah, usually they get better as the seasons go on. I'm hoping that'll happen with The Witcher, but I feel like the first season could have been better. I didn't think the acting was always brilliant in places like not this. Were they Scoia'tael? I can't remember. You know when Geralt and Jaskier get hit by that what are they called again? That thing throwing all those little iron balls or something like that, and he gets knocked out, and the elves sort of attack. I feel like the elves' acting wasn't that brilliant at times. They looked more like they were in a bad costume, which kind of disappointed me a little bit. Although there were parts that I really liked. I also think they sort of messed up the way they had it progress. Like they kept switching between the past, the present, the future. Not the future, but the past and the present. But it got a bit distracting at times because they kept doing this without really necessarily referring back all the time. It was hard to piece together at times. Luckily I'd read the books, I could sort of follow along, I could remember. But my little sister, when she watched it, she was struggling at times to remember what was going on because these constant jumps in time. But a good first attempt. It can't have been that easy. I do think it's one of those series that's probably hard to show on screen in the first place, and then there's a reputation they've got to live up to. I love the games. One of my favourite games to play. I think this and The Witcher and The Last of Us were two of my favourite games to play. Brilliant. I'm really looking forward to The Last of Us too. And the series, I'm looking forward to seeing how they do that. I hope they pick a good cast for it. But I'm really enjoying this push towards grittier shows, like TV shows in general. I'm really liking it. That's what I really enjoy seeing. I'm getting quite full, so I'm glad this is almost finished. I haven't seen my family in quite a while. I don't know. It was the last time I saw them over a month ago. maybe a month and a half, and I don't know when I'm next seeing them because of this lockdown. And because my brother works with the NHS, there's a good chance that he'd catch it. I mean, he gives out like prescriptions and stuff, but because he's always in that environment, there is that worry that he could catch it, and I don't want to get it because I do have medication which suppresses my immune system a bit, so I'm to be careful. So it just means I don't know when I'm next going home to see family. No clue. But we'll see. I mean, it sounds like there's good news in Wuhan. I don't really know how far to believe it. That's the only thing. With China, I don't know what to think of any information I hear from there. Because I know they have a bit of a track record for not telling the truth. So I don't know what to think when they say that things in Wuhan are going back to normal. Because they were hit really badly, obviously. And I struggle to believe that after just a couple of months, everything is back to normal over there. I mean, to be lifting the lockdown already sounds like they may be doing it a bit too soon to tell. Maybe they should wait a week or two extra just in case, you know. I don't know. I'm not the expert here. It's not for me to say. It's just my personal, humble opinion. But if it's true, that's hopeful for the rest of us at least. I'm getting so fed up with cheese. I'm trying to get some of that olive oil flavour into the cheese because it's nice and garlicky. But I think I prefer this camera. At least it seems to be showing things a bit clearer compared to the last one. That's all for today. I hope you didn't mind the rant. It was just, stop getting things off your chest a bit. Like, people could say there's bigger concerns out there. And yeah, sure there are, but it doesn't mean you can't be concerned about more than one thing. To me, my biggest concern, honestly, is uni. Obviously, it's 3 years of my life gone. It's a lot of money I'm pumping into getting a degree. I feel like I'm missing out on a lot. Cancelled conferences, postponed graduation. I mean, I'm not too bothered about the graduation because it's going to happen regardless. It's just getting postponed. It's the fact that we've had conferences that have been cancelled. And that was a good opportunity for us to be able to talk about our dissertation. I mean, we've worked on our dissertations for a good year now. We put a lot of effort, hard work into that. I liked the opportunity of us being able to talk with each other about what everyone else has studied, what we've studied, and just exchange information. It's something to say, yeah, we've put a lot of work into this. Here's the result. We're proud to show you what we got. Look at our fancy posters that we've got and things like that. It wasn't meant to be graded, which I liked. It was just meant to be a simple conference to give us an opportunity to talk together as students with the lecturers and things like that. Showcase what we've learned over the 3 years. And I'm sad that that's gone. I mean, that was cancelled before the virus came about because of the strikes. So there's people out there who've been petitioning for refunds on their fees. And unfortunately, there's a lot of people in the comments and things like that who are quite unsympathetic to it, saying, well, you've paid for it. If you can't pay for it, you know, why buy it? Then why do you want a refund if you can't afford that? You know, silly things like this that make no sense. Obviously, if we pay for something, well, we're in debt for a start. It's not our own money. We're in debt. We don't want to be in debt for something and get nothing for it. I'm paying for uni. I want to get results for it. I'm in my final year of uni, so it's not like they can make up for it in the next year or two. It's gone. You know, strikes, which, yeah, I understand the strike. I support the strikes. I feel a bit bitter, if I'm being honest, that it's affected us so much in that we've lost so much lecture time. You know, our university consists of maybe 2 to 3 months of lecture time, and then a good month of holidays, and then it starts again, and then another good month of holidays, and then it's exam time. So you're not learning any new content, you're just studying for exams for the next month or two, and then that uni's over, that year's over. I feel like in terms of strikes, we've lost out on half a year of uni altogether, because it was meant to end and it dragged on and on and on in the first year. And it's happened again this time, where people were already fed up with the strikes that already happened. And we were promised that, okay, the strikes were only going to be kept to the first semester of uni, and then it dragged on to the second. So people seem surprised that the university students aren't happy with this. If you message, they don't say anything. They just say, well, we can't refund you because, you know, the price of it is all worked out in terms of access to resources like the library and stuff. When the library and everything is closed, what's the point? I mean, when they're using old lectures, what are we actually paying for in that case? You know, just whack it. You know, it just felt like they were taking a lot of shortcuts. We missed out on a lot because of things outside of our control. In terms of the strikes, that was all in their control, really. They could have said, okay, I don't know, they could have done something more about that. I feel a bit bitter about the situation. If I'm being honest, I don't know if everyone will agree with what I'm saying here, but I feel like I've lost out on a lot. And I feel like I've felt very disappointed in this uni year. It's not something I can get back. It's not something I can easily redo because of the costs. So I'm not going to be able to get full funding if I choose to do another subject and things like that. And it's been a very disappointing experience for me so far. To be honest, there's been parts that I've really enjoyed, but parts which have frustrated me so much that I feel like I just haven't been enjoying my uni experience as much as I should be. But that's all I really have to say. It's just nice for us to talk about it. I'm curious what other people's opinions on this would be, if anyone actually watches. But yeah, anyway, if you enjoy the video, I'm hoping the next one will be a bit more light-hearted. I'm hoping to do a fettuccine alfredo tomorrow. Hopefully it won't be a whiny video like today, but anyway, if you enjoyed the video, please do leave a like, comment, subscribe if you like, tips for improvement, I don't know. But anyway, thank you for watching. See you next time.